I'm going to marry her. And no, you need to get to know her first, right? Maybe she's not compatible with you in the long term. Why we have to be very mindful about the long-term impact we're doing when we are traveling to a country, and especially when we're dating in a country, right? We're not just now tourism, we're also dating now in this country. So we're bringing now a different aspect in that. So we have to be aware of that aspect, and I'm going to get into the dating, what is good, what is not good, why you shouldn't do that, what the Colombians don't want from foreigners and what they want from foreigners. You're welcome to visit the country, to talk about the country, to obviously invest your money, to obviously spend your money here, and obviously to date here as well, right? You're welcome to do so. But like how you would do it at home, when you go in your own home, there are rules, and it's good to be aware of the rules, right? Some people, like for example in Germany, like when people come in their home and they take off their shoes because the whole apartment doesn't get dirty, right? This is not normal for a lot of other cultures. But when you come to that culture, you would probably say, okay, if I'm invited to a German home, then I would take off my shoes because that's what they do, right? And so when you come to Colombia, there are some rules you should follow, even if you don't understand them, even if you don't like them, but it's good to follow them. For example, always be very polite, right? The Colombians, if you see, they are always polite, they're always smiling, they're always saying hi. So be polite, be connected. This is a culture that connects. It's not an isolated culture. You like that, that's why you come here. So be part of that social, right? Be social, talk, communicate, smile. Don't be that grumpy, serious person. Like be a little bit more outgoing and try to be also flexible. As we know, it's a different culture. Things work differently here. Patience is a big thing. Don't get angry, don't get frustrated, don't be mad on other people, don't treat the people badly. Obviously, if somebody is really bad to you, obviously you have all your right to say, but just don't treat everybody bad because you think from a better country or from a better service or better whatever, right? The long-term impact, as I said, is very strong, and unfortunately there's a very negative side as well, and that is why I think it came so much up now. There is the movement of passport bros, there's a lot of sex tourism, there's a lot of we're going to a country, party and do drugs. I think that is where the biggest problem is, and where most Colombians get really pissed, because there was such a bad history in the past, right, about the drug war. So many people died in this war and are still dying in this war, and basically all Colombians have family members who died because of it, and it's not a long time ago. So if you come here and party, do drugs, sex, and you think you can be the king with your dollars or your whatever money you're using, currency you're using, right? That is not the right attitude. And that is, I think, that what has happened a lot. And that is why I think it is changing a little bit. And you have to be careful. We have to be careful when we come into the country. We want that has a positive impact. Nothing will be perfect. There will be always an impact but we can be as conscious about as possible. So if your idea is to come for sex and for drugs, that is not the right place. And AFA is not the right place for you. Go somewhere else, do something. If you want to do sex, there are services that provide that. There are prostitutes, there are working girls. It's legal, but you have to be also like, why would you just do tourism to get sex? I mean, everybody is free to do what you want to do, but as I said, be mindful about what you're doing. And sometimes, or some guys know that they can go out with a very young woman. Guys, there is a difference on what I can do and what I should do, right? I can do party every day and get drunk every day and go crazy every day, but should I do it? No. Why? Because it's not good for my body, it's not good for my health, it's not good for my environment. No. I could, I don't know, jump out of the window. It's a stupid example. Should I? No. Like, you can date a woman 30 years younger than you. Should you? No. There might be some reasons why it is necessary, but most of the times it's really not. And then you guys complain, oh, she's taking money from me, or she's there for the wrong reasons, or she just used me, my heart is broken. You have to be also mindful about that, right? And conscious about that. There is a lot of good and bad, and that's, as I said, I want to really go a little bit more deeper in that, and I'm happy if you have any comments about it, because obviously you guys might sometimes get confused, like, okay, I'm dating. We encourage you, right? We as a matchmaking company do encourage you to go and meet different people. Yes. That's why we do the tours. That's why we do the speed dating. That's why we're setting you up on different dates with different people. Why? Because first of all, some of you don't have the skills to really date that much. You haven't dated. You don't know how to talk to a woman. You don't know how to present yourself. There's a different language, so you have to practice a little bit, right? So a couple of dates, you need to practice, especially some of you have been out of the dating game for a long time. You have been divorced for 20 years, and you haven't been dating a long time. So you do need to practice. That's one reason. The other reason is you don't know the culture, you don't know the women, and you don't know the different personalities. So especially when you're new, it's good to date a little bit. I also encourage always to get to know the person for a couple of weeks and months, because you're not going to know that person in 1 week. So that's why we encourage you to talk to different people, date different people, and then commit to that person, to one person at some point, and start that relationship. But we do tell you it's good to get to know some people and to not close your options right away, because that's what we see sometimes as well. You guys come, see the first woman, and then, okay, I'm going to marry her. And no, you need to get to know her first, right? Maybe she's not compatible with you in the long term. It's very difficult to get to know a person, really to know how compatible you are long term. You have to get to know the personality, the friends, the family, the love languages, the past, the future, the money mindset, what she wants with finances, what you want with finances. There's so many things you have to talk about before you can decide that you really are the one for the other, right? You might have chemistry, you might have a great connection, but you have to give it time. You also have to keep in mind these women are dating also different men. They have other men wanting to get to know them, and they know that a lot of men just want sex, and she wouldn't do it. Most of the serious women wouldn't do it. If you now have a woman who goes with you and have sex, then she usually has some kind of an intention, like she wants something in return. Usually something, you go shopping, you go on a vacation or whatever, right? So there's always something in there. And the intention is not the right intention. You should come here, you should use our service when you wanting to meet somebody for long-term relationship and marriage. That's why we're here, that's why we're doing this, and we're trying to support you as much as you can in that way. And as I said, I have to remind you of that impact you're doing when you come, and to think really long-term. Think about when you do a business here, when you invest in an apartment here. That's why I'm saying, don't take this country as a cheap opportunity just to party and do drugs, because it's going to get dangerous for you. So we have to do the best we can and make the best impact possible to really not make damage to the country and also to the dating scene. And we're going to take care. And I appreciate you men, you guys, and also the women, but also you guys. You helped so much. This community is really great, and I appreciate it. We're keeping and we're wanting to keep that space as safe as possible for the serious intentioned men who really want to meet somebody here.
Are you interested in meeting the love of your life? You too can experience the romantic adventure of a lifetime. Check out our website at
a-foreign-affair.com.